Hi, welcome back to Tales of the Bold Endeavor. I'm gonna decide later whether or not that stays at the beginning of the video.
We're recording these.
Um, do y'all have any questions or anything before I rattle off the last time on?
No, not this time.
All right. Last time, the crew of the Bold Endeavor met with the officers of the Swimming Rock in an attempt to get back their hostages. Disguising Leo as the deceased Vivo, you made it onto the ship, only for the crazed Captain Hellwater to see through your ruse when Leo could not produce the proper holy symbol. A fight broke out, wherein you managed to slay the crew and officers on board. Hellwater, though, escaped, presumably to the home she mentioned was currently nearby, and that your Alanya compass seems to point to. Upon finding the Endeavor's mechanic, CERN, you realize Captain Hellwater took the kidnapped Calabibi with her when she escaped, so you are still short one hostage. We return to the Grinning Ray, now an eerily empty ghost ship. What would you like to do?
Anything valuable?
Well, there's definitely at least one thing valuable.
Yeah, me.
Can everyone make me a perception check? And we're gonna say this perception check counts as you are walking around the ship. It's not just the room you're in.
Is that more investigation? I mean, that's the worst roll for me.
If you can do either. If investigation's going to be better for you.
Good, because I have a +4 that didn't do nothing for me.
We're using our specialized.
Cool.
Definitely not.
I had this list of what's found 10, 15, and 20. Nice. Well, no perception needed. You see, obviously, there is a submarine power crystal. It is, even the three of you who are not mechanics can tell, the hag did manage to damage it. She did not utterly destroy it as what might have been her plan as she was messing with it, but it is not anything approaching operable currently. But it is there, and it is in one piece.
How big is it? Is it something we can just grab? Or?
It'll take two of you, but yeah, it's like the size of a big carriage trunk. You know, it's probably
We don't need
4.5 feet across.
We don't need two people. We just need one Caesar.
It's partially the weight, but it's also 4.5-ish feet across, 1.5 to 2 feet in diameter. It's
bigger than me, but that's fine.
Yes. It's cumbersome, in addition to being heavy.
All right, engineers, you work. I'll carry it out.
Okay, you think you're up for directing us?
As your captain, I think I am. Anyway, what's in here?
I'm talking to CERN about directing us in proper handling of the crystal, as she is our engineer.
She's like looking down at the fishies.
She takes kind of a moment to respond to you, clearly still very shell-shocked by everything that's happened. Yeah. I can get to work on disconnecting it. It'll take me a couple minutes, but I should be able to get it out of there.
Okay.
What's the button for making a pathway? Is it control?
Yeah, I think it's control. You hold control, you grab it, and then you hit space. No, you hold control, you drag it, you click,
Okay.
and then spacebar. That's it.
Oh my God, why is that so control, drag, click.
Oh my good lord!
I hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait, why didn't it work? Why didn't it work?
But she's gonna start working on that. Caesar, basically, you are looking down into the ocean. You see around the edge of the moon pool there are some runes, and it's just you can jump out of there and you'll just be in the ocean.
No, he was just distracted for a second. Every time someone tries to claim he's not the captain, he's always mysteriously distracted by something.
In addition, you also see there's obviously the bosun's trident, which you saw was magical. There's probably about a week's worth of rations you could take on board that would lower the cost of the ship upkeep for the month. And then there's in the storeroom various bits and pieces of just, loot you can grab, probably about 100 gold pieces worth, give or take.
100 gold pieces.
Worth of sellable materials.
I see. So, Cern, what's the first concern with getting this down?
I just have to. There's a lot of wires and rods and stuff attached to it, and she's already like halfway bent over it. She had grabbed some tools off of the hag, and she's kind of just trying not to look at the corpse next to her as she starts messing with things.
I'm gonna move the corpse out of that room.
But she sets
Dump his
to
ass in the ocean.
and it doesn't take her more than 10 minutes or so to basically unwire and unhook everything so that the crystal is just sort of hanging in its mesh hammock and it can now be moved. I don't think there's much. It's already damaged. So you'd have to be really rough with it to break it. So as long as you aren't really rough with it, we'll probably be fine.
Just gonna hold it on my back.
Alright.
I can't do it with my back, but
Who's stronger, Shion or Leo?
Probably Shion.
what's everybody's strength? Just curious.
10.
7.
20.
You are a strong barbarian. This tracks.
Okay, Leo.
So-
Everybody's charisma.
Mine's actually decent.
18.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, no. We're a weirdly charismatic group.
This is a very charismatic team. It's strange.
I'm just
We're
gonna
lovers,
carry it
not
over my
fighters.
head.
I just realized charisma is kind of your is kind of the flex build stat.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Um.
I'm gonna stabilize for him.
Yeah. Can I have Caesar make an athletics check? And can I have Shion? Can you just make a straight dexterity check?
Well, that's better than strength.
Yeah. It's basically Caesar is acting as a legged wagon. He's just kind of bent all the way over, holding the crystal on his back, and Shion is just carefully making sure it stays sort of balanced on top of him.
Reminds me of those war dog machines and you just kick them.
Yeah, my question is, how are you getting these up the ladders?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
How strong are mage hands?
That's like 5 or 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
How heavy is the crystal?
Probably somewhere in the vicinity of 200.
Wait,
And we just need, 20 mage hands?
hang on.
Well, how are we bringing any of this stuff back to the ship? Because if we're bringing the Endeavor here to loot it, then we'll have Lithala and stuff.
How
Meter.
much does it weigh? Like, I need an actual weight.
I am going to say, I'm going to say 200 pounds.
Okay, 5th edition rules. Does 10 strength let me carry 200 pounds?
I can never remember what the formula is for that.
Okay, let me.
I feel like it should at a push.
Push. Pull.
Well, that's the thing is that is push different from carry.
Yes, I think so. Well, no,
I'm
okay.
ready to
More of a
push.
pull.
You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score. So 30 times
That sounds
10 is
light.
30 times 10 is 300. You can Why is push, drag, and lift? I feel like you can push a lot more than you can lift.
And you can pull a lot more than you can push.
Look, if you just scream and keep pushing, you can push anything.
Okay, so no, I needed carry, which that's more than I can carry. I was gonna use Dimension Door. It says I can bring something as long as it doesn't exceed what you can carry, but 200 is more than 150, so that doesn't.
Would Thunderstep work, or is that only people?
It's only people.
Did
I'm a people.
Can I carry him carrying the chest? But yeah, for real, are we gonna bring the Endeavor here to loot the thing, or what are we gonna do?
We have- We
Yeah.
have the floating platforms, don't we?
Tensor. Wait, do we have a floating disk?
We had some kind of floating platform at some point. I don't know if we actually brought it with us or not.
Well, I have it for the turtle. If that's what you mean.
The turtle is on the Bold Endeavor at the moment, so I don't.
I
think
thought it was
it's
on his back.
on the turn.
Nah, I think I left all that shit at the Bold Endeavor.
Well, I mean, we can call the Bold Endeavor over. I can contact Nid.
Is there
Yeah,
any way
'cause-
to just pilot this thing to a place where we can loot it better?
Okay. I mean, it's just as easy to bring the Bold Endeavor over.
Also, you just removed its only source of propulsion.
Yeah, that too.
How much?
Also, reminder: the ship is a bomb.
It is?
Yeah, it
What?
has the same. It has the same Dragon Bone stuff that Captain Montgomery's ship had on it.
Oh yeah.
It's all over the walls.
How about we just take the Bold Endeavor and we take the whole ship and sell it as is?
I don't think the Bold Endeavor has the carrying capacity for an entire submarine. In fact, I know because
I think it might. I think it might, but
And do you know the exact inner workings of the Bold Endeavor because you've been intimately working on them for the past 2 years?
hey man, I put up a bracing piece of wood. That's the only reason why we're flying. So I think I know at least a little bit something. Anyway, what's that over there? He's just gonna walk off.
Just to tease. Yeah, sir. Shion's gonna add what Dev has spoken.
Anyway, just call the ship and see if they can. Is there like a hatch on the top?
I mean, I assume it can fit through things. I guess it doesn't have to.
Like it doesn't. Not everything gets brought down to this hole, right?
The hatch is like the size of a person.
If we bring the Bold Endeavor, we'll have the people and materials to just like physics it up with ropes and like 4 people, right?
But is it bigger than a person? Is the crystal bigger than a person?
Is it bigger than a bread box?
No.
It is.
Said it was like 4 feet.
Yeah, it is not. It could fit through the hatch. The problem is the physics of it. Only it could fit through the hatch. Like someone carrying it, the two together would not fit up.
Okay,
Which
but
is-
we have sailing ship has rope and stuff. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is we just tie it up and bring up the ladder.
I think it's funny thinking that while we're debating this, Caesar's just a guy on his back. It's like,
Should I set this down or? So where the hell do we start in terms of finding Calabibi? Like, who are these people even again? It's the Dragonbone people, but
it's specifically the crazy lady that is probably connected to the cult trying to summon back Ilanya.
Yeah, she kept
Right.
bringing up that name a lot.
I guess we just keep pushing and we'll probably find Calabibi where they are.
Mm-hmm.
we shall not rest. We shall not sleep. Shall not do nothing else but search for our missing crew.
I think I might sleep, if you don't mind.
Sleep is probably a good idea in general.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep good.
Can we? I'd like to see the sky again. Can we go up?
Of course.
And I was going to put in the stair teleporters and completely forgot. So, DM
Did,
zoom it is. All the way up?
Hello?
What you say?
Yeah.
All the way up.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I forgot to put the teleporters in.
So, like, Boom. Question. Leo, not Leo, Shion has gills, right?
I have a moss that grows on my neck that acts like gills. Yes.
Actually, don't bathe. Okay, moving on.
What did you get that conclusion?
Moss grows, when it's humid, stuff like that. You don't clean it, you know. But anyway, I was gonna say, can you?
Mold?
Yeah.
Mold and moss are different.
I mean, whatever. Can you swim the crystal up?
I'm not strong enough.
As you are
Right.
having this conversation, on the top of the ship, Nin just kind of hangs over the side of the Endeavor. Everything all right down there, sir?
Half all right. We got CERN back.
Our quest continues.
Do you need me to come down closer?
Yeah, let's. We're gonna need some rope and everything to pull the crystal out of here. Maybe we can make use of it later. If y'all want to just loot, have at it.
All right. And he disappears over the side. Couple moments later, the whole Endeavor just slowly starts descending until it gets to the point where it is just floating on the surface of the water next to the sub.
Be careful though, because it's got the dragon bone feet, weird shit on it, and it might like blow up or something.
Good to know. Do we need to loot it?
No, but we do need to get the crystal out.
Okay. What do you need in terms of that?
Rope and elbow grease.
Sounds good. Pike, get over here! And soon after, Pike comes up from below deck. She's got a coil of rope on her shoulder and hops over to help you. She's one of the strongest in the crew, so.
And that's our next. Sorry.
We've got this with like physics and stuff, but I could like reduce it, couldn't I? Just cast reduce.
You could.
Good.
That would be another one.
Yep.
We don't know if we're gonna catch up today or tomorrow though, so I'd say save the spell slot.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Pike's help and with some rope, it takes some time and some effort, but you are able to hoist the submarine power crystal onto the ship. And it is safely put in storage. Is there anything else you want to grab or instruct the crew to grab off of the ship?
We're getting that $100 worth of stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and the food. Yeah. Just the very easy to grab stuff that can be done while the crystal's being held. Just not get greedy about this. We don't know how long it'll take for the information to go up and for this thing to blow up.
Okay. And do you want to take the bosun's trident?
Oh yeah.
That's the only weapon that anyone seems to be wielding that looked actually magical. The hag had a staff, but it was just, kind of your average get in any shop arcane focus staff.
Yeah, we'll grab it. I have a feeling this is going to be... I don't know who this is going to be for. More Leo?
How
I don't know,
does
because weapons aren't really my style.
I feel like I've gotten quite a bit of...
I thought I got virus for a second. Pop-up virus.
Did it show up?
Yeah.
Hey.
Attacks made with this trident while underwater are made at advantage. Well, 3 charges, 1d3 charges every dawn.
Okay, I'll take it.
Make a sweeping attack. I can breathe underwater though.
You can cast the tsunami.
That's awesome. How big's the tsunami?
It's
Probably
like
large.
60 by 5 feet, something like that.
If I weren't a barbarian, then I would.
So, in terms of using the loot and the trident, it would have to be like swapping between in combat for like with a bonus or like bonus action or something like that, or
Assuming you have both of them on you, yeah, it would be a bonus action to whoop.
right.
And tsunami, tsunami is a wall up to 300 feet long, 300 feet high, and 50 feet thick.
Oh. That's a
It's
powerful
a
thing.
tsunami.
The version, the Trident cast only lasts 3 rounds as opposed to 6, but everything else stands.
And he used to have a trident. It was
That's,
quite fun.
that's half of an 8th level spell right there.
When it says charges, is that just like that's it, like no recharging it or nothing?
It says if it regains 1d3 charges every time.
Oh, okay. For each, or do you choose how to like allocate the charges?
So it has 3 charges total. You decide how to use them. You can cast Control Water 3
Okay.
times. You can do the Tide Attack and Control Water, or you can just do Tsunami.
I feel.
Just keep
And
in
what is
mind the tsunami is powerful but gigantic. And it makes no distinction between friend and foe.
And is control water like just like waterbend or?
Yeah, basically. It's
Okay,
it's pretty much water bending, or you can freeze a cubic foot of water over the course. It's over the course of a minute. It's Control Water is the first level spell.
Cool.
That's quite an escalation there.
And it does require attunement. I think you don't have a ton of stuff on you right now that requires attunement, but something to keep in mind. I think it's
Yeah.
just your loot at the moment.
I don't mind Leo taking it in general. I think it'd be kind of cool. But if I have to chase someone down, I'm gonna get underwater. I'm gonna ask you to throw it to me.
Yeah, for sure, because you're like Aquaman.
Sea lion.
Yeah. Aqua Lion.
All right. So back onto the Bold Endeavor.
Back home.
Where are you headed? What's happening? What's going down?
Should I be like adding that to my sheet, by the way, or how do I like take it?
That's a great question. All players. I'm putting all
I
players
can
as
drag it
owner.
straight on
There you go. Bada bing,
What
bada
happens
boom.
when you do that, though? Where does it go?
into weapons.
Hey.
Hey. Nice.
Hey.
Foundry doesn't always work, but when it does, it's nice.
Yeah, the Star Wars version is very nice because you could do that with like anything.
Yeah. So what's happening?
Okay.
What were we doing before we had to come back and save them?
I mean, we still have to save them.
Well, yeah.
We had just finished something.
You had just come back from Telcor, I believe. No, from Umbaido, sorry. Talking with Hivatha and getting some of the translation stuff for RGB that you had sent off.
Right. So we're waiting on a response from RGB?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what we have a heading, so
What was the heading? Oh, that compass thing?
yeah.
Onward.
Sorry, no rest. Just get the crystals secure, and then we have to keep moving. And I just like dangle the thing. This is our heading.
Nin kind of squints at it for a second and like pokes it. That's creepy.
Don't. Yeah.
I want to
Don't.
ask what it is, but I'm not gonna.
That's.
We follow the bat. Hi, Captain. And he does a pivot and heads out to the helm.
Just gonna hope that thing takes us to Calababy.
No other leads.
Indeed. All right. So, back out on the open ocean. It's been a while.
Are we flying or sailing?
That's a good question.
Why ask?
I'm gonna fly.
Flying's faster, right?
Yes.
I also think it's safer if we're dealing with someone who's underwater. They going on the surface of water might put us in range of a sneak attack.
Assuming no inclement weather.
Yeah, that's the drawback.
Sorry, something's not coming up that was supposed to. Just taking a look. All right. Nope, that's not what we're supposed to. Okay, cool. It didn't save. All right. Never mind.
Game's canceled. Go home.
Yeah, unfortunately, the thing I was trying to get didn't save. So, the day continues. You had, it had been like mid to late afternoon when all this went down. So, you have a few more hours of sunlight before things go dark. What?
My screen's on black. It's back. We're good. Sorry.
Yoink.
And as night falls, the crew sets to watches. They have no problem taking care of it themselves.
Said night.
Correct.
I guess we pass out after a while.
Sounds about right.
Do we complete a long rest?
Yes. The morning dawns, and not long after everyone comes to, everyone can see in the distance. It kind of comes up quite suddenly. You see a massive roiling storm cloud directly in the way of your heading. And continue forward. It gets bigger as you get closer. And eventually you realize it is this giant storm cloud is over an island. And that island is getting closer to you. This is not a city ship. You see huge, spiky, craggly rocks all along the outside perimeter of this island. But it's moving towards you.
Sounds about right.
Out of curiosity, we have one of those compasses that just points to the nearest island, right?
Yes.
Can I pull that out and see if it's pointing towards that island at all?
It is not. In fact, that compass right now is kind of slowly swirling. It seems to be having trouble.
We're in the
Okay.
fucking Bermuda Triangle, bro.
I don't know what that means, but El Jefe might have a cousin. That's my first thought.
Oh yeah, I'm also because I got him now, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have him on my thing.
He's just kind of occasionally tries to eat some of the feather of your hat. But
I let him.
I thought you were talking about El Jefe. I'm like, why is he eating your feather?
I can do druid craft and just like create like seagrass off of the back of his hat for El Jefe to just like.
and he
That's his
happily.
name, right?
Mhm.
We need to get my sidekick back.
Yes,
Jim has
dude,
his
yeah.
sidekick. I need my sidekick back. Calabibi.
But as everything gets closer, Nin kind of comes up, sidles up next to you. Captain, all due respect, I don't think we can fly through that. And I'm not seeing any point of entry on that island. If that's where we're supposed to go, I don't know how we're getting it.
Could you?
So it's like craggy rocks, cloud right above it.
Mm-hmm. You can't even see the ground on the island. And the thunder is already rolling in. You can hear how loud it is.
Maybe we're gonna have to go in on foot, boys.
How? I mean,
Swimming?
yeah. You think you can swim that far? I might.
How far is it?
It depends on how close you want to get.
Well, in terms of, we have to get past the craggy wall, right, to get to the island.
Presumably.
Oh, actually, yeah. Actually, going across the water wouldn't be a problem.
Do we want to just fly past it?
Well, no, we can't.
Mm.
I mean, this is where we're going, right? Is the
Yeah, this is.
opposite
Yeah.
from
Oh,
north,
okay.
right?
I didn't know if this was like just some rando island.
No.
It's the Lion's Den, bro.
It's like, just imagine like, hey, here's Punk Hazard. Then we're just gonna no, don't worry about that one.
we're gonna ignore. I just realized I looked at the wrong carrying capacity rules. That's probably the same. But I can get so I can cast water walk on us, and we can literally walk across the water and get there. It lasts for an hour.
Did we ever fix the Kabolda bolt?
No.
That would also not be very good. That'd be a small percentage of what we need to cover.
So, just getting the visual down. It's
Yep.
like a huge craggy wall, right, of like rocks, like a mountain wall kind of,
Mm-hmm.
around the island, and we can't really even see the island other than seeing us there, and there's clouds right above it that we can't fly through.
Correct. It is a wall of 15, 20, 25 foot high rocks and a cap of storm. Presumably there's an island in there. You can't it just looks like a ring of rocks in a storm to you.
I'm saying that you're supposed to approach it from underwater.
Batten the hatches.
But I don't know the best way to go about that. Our options are find the nearest island, get the crystal fixed, and turn our ship into a submarine.
Oh,
That
we
could
could
take
do that.
weeks.
Yeah.
We could water walk to the island, but we don't know if there's actually even an entry point on top of the island.
We don't even know if there is an island or what it looks like.
How about we what's the term when people jump out of the plane into battlefields?
EVA?
Halo jump?
Yeah, let's Halo jump into it.
Does anyone have Featherfall?
I have a glider. Didn't we all
I
get
think other
gliders?
people need to survive this fall.
Didn't everybody get gliders?
Can
No,
you like video game sort of jump out of a plane, fall 200 feet, and then thunder step to cancel the fall damage?
I will tell
The
you
most epic thunder step.
that is not outside the realm of possibility. It would be a incredibly high DC, very difficult dexterity
Okay.
save.
I will say,
Not to mention also, going through a storm.
the glider at point actually might be a good point, because if we can get above the storm,
Yeah.
I can dimension door me and Leo down 300 up to 300 feet. But I don't know how tall the storm is.
I also think there's something to, maybe it's underneath, and I know that we don't have a submarine, but maybe we should just land next to the craggy wall and literally physically swim under and just look to see if there's anything obvious.
I could do recon.
I hate to
Yeah,
say
exactly.
this. Caesar never learned to swim. I'm just kidding, of course.
Hello?
What?
Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, okay. It's you said I hate to say this, and then it was just cut.
The thing is, it was nothing.
Oh,
It's
really?
like I said, Caesar can't swim, and I was like, I'm just kidding. I didn't want that to be canon.
I think it's already been proven that Caesar can swim anyway.
Yeah, he's been flung off the ship too many times.
Yeah, I think we should send Shion for some underwater recon.
Yay!
Take the trident, go full
Yeah, you want the
Aquaman.
trident?
I'll borrow it.
Okay, just remember you are not attuned to it, so you can't use the charges. But the
Oh yeah.
the advantage on attacks underwater still counts.
Okay.
Am I attuned now?
Yes,
Cool.
presumably, if you
re-attuned
decided
to
you
him.
wanted to attune it.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah, you can, but attunement takes a long rest.
Ah, okay.
Long rest. Oh.
Attunement takes a long rest.
Yeah.
Barring specific, there are some specific items that can do it on a short rest, but
So
by and
let's
large.
land on the water next to the craggy rocks.
Okay.
Or get as close as possible, because the craggy rocks might damage the ship.
Yeah, and
Well,
the storm just ever so slightly reaches out beyond the rocks so that you can see there is water constantly, like rainwater, constantly running down the rocks. But it doesn't go much further than that.
Okay. Okay. And I can talk with my hands, so this is a really great situation for me to get into. myself.
Godspeed, first mate. Godspeed.
That's for you, soldier.
Yeah. I should start.
Okay.
You did now.
We're
I
gonna
push for
say
You got it, champ.
Thank you.
Oh man, like you beat me to it.
Very nice. Let us take a quick break. I know it's a little bit early for a break, but I gotta use the bathroom. All right. So, Shion journeys underwater.
With my moss skills, which is not bold.
I look at Caesar and go, you know he's not coming back, right?
I guess you're the first mate now.
Oh. I've been demoted from first mate to first mate.
Oh, you consider serving you a demotion.
The way I see it, both of you are first mates, everybody else is second mates, and I'm the captain, obviously.
Obviously. Shion, you have dark vision as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Off the line.
Oh, I picked my new spells.
Dark vision reaches out 60 feet.
For me, yes.
Okay. So, how are you planning to do this? Kind of like swim the perimeter, go through and like
I'm-
see what's directly underneath it?
I'm going to swim straight down and try to see what's underneath it. And my swim speed is 35.
Nice. Nice. So, just swimming directly down without getting any closer, you don't really see much. The water around the island is quite dark. It's very disturbed because of the rain, the constant rain. And it's pretty hard to see much of anything. It just kind of looks like thalassophobic, wide open ocean.
It's like that scene in Finding Nemo after they leave the coral.
The drop off, yeah.
Look at the butt.
So I'm just. Can I swim? But is the ground at all start peeling down? I'm gonna actually try to get close and just like essentially put my hand on the ground.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the island looks kind of like a glacier. Like it goes down and the rocks kind of, it's all stone underneath. You can tell by the texture. And it just kind of gradually gets smaller and smaller until there's maybe a 60, 70 foot wide like hump in the center where it's at its lowest point. And looking around, getting up close so you can see this, you can touch it, see that it's stone. And you suddenly start hearing this, like, echoing moan, almost like similar to like a groan of pain, but it feels like it's echoing from miles away, like the kind of echo you hear in a canyon. And it doesn't stop. And it starts to get louder. And from below you, you suddenly see 6 bright yellow eyes open up in the darkness and start swimming up towards you.
We should have had a fucking bail plan, man.
I have bail plans.
Okay.
He brought his bail money, obviously. The 100 gold that we sold the stuff for.
Remember, this character might be growing out of it, but he started as a coward. He has a lot of plans.
Cowardly lion.
Mm-hmm. As the eyes get closer, you start to see the rest of the body of this creature. And it has a subtle glow to the whole thing. And when I say whole thing, it is probably the most massive creature you have ever seen. It is well over 80 feet in length. It dwarfs the Bold Endeavor. And it has a long, almost like hammerhead shark sort of face that these 6 eyes are in the center of. And it's just slowly kind of swirling in a spiral, making its way up to you.
Okay.
It's the fucking Sea Emperor Leviathan, bro.
Unleash the Kraken?
Huh.
Maybe it's chill.
Yeah, that was my first thought, but I don't want to speak with the animals. Oh, I do have to speak with animals. What am I talking about?
If only I could talk to animals. Oh, wait, I'm Aquaman. Of course I can do it.
Can I cast speak with animals underwater? If I know I can breathe underwater.
Yeah,
There's a vocal component to it. I just want to.
I'm going to say yeah.
All right. I'm gonna cast speak with animals and call out to you. Hail, mighty sir.
You hear an indiscernible, unpronounceable, aberrant gargle of sounds, and it starts swimming faster.
Oh, boy.
This isn't an animal.
Great. It's like an aberration or something.
Only half animal. The other half is rage.
You have, in game terms, 2 rounds before it gets to you. So you can make 2 rounds worth of decisions.
Okay. First, let's see what our comparative speeds are. I'm gonna spend the entire, just gonna swim and dash 70 feet.
It continues to get closer to you.
Okay. Okay.
Which
okay.
also gives you another reference for how big it was, because you saw it at this point a good 2 minutes ago. And it continues to get closer and continues to look larger.
How far am I away from the Endeavor?
100 feet or so?
Oh. No problem. I'll just dimension door back to it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna swim. Okay. And as I do another stroke, this time I just tear open reality and swim through it.
Very nice. As
It's
soon
just like a
as
hole with water pours out.
Yep.
as soon as you are above water, the echoing groan stops.
What'd
So
you see, brother?
What did you learn?
Some sort of sea monster aberration thing guarding the entrance.
Cool.
Did I ever see an entrance?
Mm-mm.
So the whole thing is just floating.
Yep.
It's like a stone bowl
Yep.
floating in the ocean.
Mhm.
With Cthulhu beneath it.
It's Cthulhu's. What was it? I just had the word.
Guard dog?
No, the beholder. It's his
Oh.
pet beholder.
Do we have anyone who's arcane inclined in the Bold Endeavor crew?
Is there a spell that's like speak with anything?
No. Trying to remember the classes I assigned to these people. Not really. The only people who have any sort of magical power are Calabibi and Crane. Calabibi is not currently here, and Crane has power by way of being an arcane trickster rogue. She does not know a whole lot of... She knows some tricks.
I suppose I should have tried commanding it. That would have been funny.
As you are having this conversation and these revelations, Shion, you hear like a ping in your head, almost like a bell sounding, and you hear a voice that sounds relatively familiar. You've had a conversation with him. I've managed to decipher the better part of the dragon runes, although I'm very far from certain on the translation. There's also a great deal of gobbledygook referring to coordinates in the astral sea that entirely baffle me. I would very much prefer to test my theory on a supplementary bone before risking blowing up your friend's ship. Permission to come aboard?
We're next to a giant storm, but if you're okay with that risk, go ahead. I say this very loudly without any context to anyone around me.
What?
All right. Shion, can you roll me a D100 for the lulls? All right. There is a loud crack and boom above you, and you just hear a as RGB crashes through the crow's nest and lands on his back on the deck of the Bold Endeavor. Oh, and he stands up. That's what I get for trying to teleport to something I have seen once. Hello, how's everyone doing?
That's coming out of your compensation. Just
That was my bet.
Break it, you buy it.
One moment. And he picks up one of the splinters of wood that he fell on, and he chucks it back up. And as he throws it, all of the other splinters of wood follow it up. And in the span of about 20 seconds, the crow's nest has repaired itself.
How come I couldn't do that?
Because you're not a level 20 artificer, level 20 wizard.
Oh, okay.
also, you kind of could do that.
Just
Yeah,
not quite
you
as
could
fast.
do that at like late game RGB.
Yeah.
You had fabricate.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you did some like fancy fixing.
Oh. Goes to show how good my memory is.
Greetings.
Greetings.
What's poppin', Chief?
How's everyone doing?
Well,
Up and not crying.
that's an excellent answer. I'm slightly crying at what I just saw down there, though.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, my first mate will gain his senses back again. And momentarily. We just got him back.
RGB just leans over. I was under the impression you were the captain.
I am. We just don't want to have a argument again.
Understood. So yes,
stronger than you
translations.
Translations. There's a potentially sentient storm next to us.
Oh, is that relevant to our current conversation?
I don't know. It might be.
This has something to do with the Dragonbone fleet?
Yes.
Well,
We are tracking one of them, or we're tracking something that one of them cares about in hopes of finding a lost friend, and then it led us here.
So, could your friend who's trying to defect help you with that?
He didn't respond last time I tried to talk to him.
Well, that's concerning.
Oh, yeah, I can try to talk to him. Are you alive? To Montgomery.
Yes, laying low as told. Do I need to be somewhere?
Maybe. We're looking at a floating rock with its own storm and some sort of abomination beneath it. If you have knowledge, please advise.
Oh dear. What are you doing on Peruth? You don't want to be there.
Crazy Mermaid took our rat.
It's a mouse.
No, she's technically a rat.
Oh, I thought it was mouse folk.
A mousefolk would be a PC. She is an awakened rat.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference.
He responds, I can be there, but it will take a few days. And I'm concerned I might be bringing friends. And you hear sarcasm as he says friends.
What? Okay. Do you know of a way in?
Yes.
Can you explain it?
Yes, but that wouldn't help. Only Dragonbone and cult ships can get in.
Dragonbone and what?
Cult.
Are you talking to Montgomery right now? Shion's just like sitting there by himself, just writing on his hat for like 60 seconds. Right after RGB shows up.
Yeah.
Just
he
put
says
hi. Well, take it away from him. He's like, hi, Caesar.
He says only. Okay, so he says only Dragonbone and cult ship. Oh no.
Cult ships.
Colts.
Oh,
Cult chambers.
The Alanya people.
Yeah. Wait. Hang on. Did I have the compass, the green blood compass on me when I went down?
Did you?
Huh. I don't think I did.
I would assume you wouldn't want to in case you lost it. That would be my assumption.
Would that could make us come off as a cultist ship, but I don't know that for certain.
So
We
throw
could
the
also go
compass
back.
away?
What?
So throw the compass away?
No, we want to be seen as part of the cult or the Dragonbone fleet. We could go back and see if we can get the stupid submarine working again.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Didn't RGB also say he wanted to experiment on a real Dragonbone?
Well, I wanted to experiment on the real Dragonbone to make sure I didn't blow up your friend's ship. There's a high likelihood of me doing that if I can't test my theory first. I
mean, we don't need that one. You can do whatever you want with it.
Well, no. I want to be able to have a try in a controlled environment before I do the one on the ship.
You can take like a piece of it.
I don't think that'll work. Again, if you and your captain friend are all right with the potentiality of me blowing up his ship, I can do it. It would be safer if I could test it first, but that would require going to Telcor and getting me a Dragonbone.
Or we could.
That's a whole different side quest, is what you're saying.
We
It's-
couldn't just go back to the submarine and show him that one.
There
we
wasn't
could
one
find
on
it
the
again?
submarine.
It's like, God
Oh,
damn
just
it, we
one.
don't have the pokey flute, so we can't move forward until we go to another town and get it.
Shit.
Oh, I thought it did. I thought that was.
The runes were on the walls.
There wasn't an actual bone.
Mm-mm.
I assume that meant it was part of an array and it was connected to the dragon bone.
Why don't you ask Montgomery about the compass? Ask him if that's a way in? Does he even know about the compass?
No, we got that from a completely different party. We got that
It was
from
a pretty lit
Yolanda's-
party too.
From the Archfey.
from the Archfey.
Oh yeah.
These are two different quests that are just like.
Have suddenly crashed into each other. It's almost like it was written that way.
So plan C is you say fuck all this shit, throw a grappling hook, and just climb over the rocks and look at what we're dealing with.
We'll just you see us like Batman style. Looks like we're trying to climb up, but it's just the camera turned sideways.
I'll be honest. I don't really have time to. We don't have time at this exact moment. There's a hostage crisis situation going on. We don't have time to deal with Faye.
So, get your friend here. I try to disarm the rune. I can set up a field such that the captain and his men won't immediately explode if I fail. But there's no way I can save the ship if I fail.
Can we? That's not enough time for everything.
So just so I'm clear, the submarine doesn't have a dragon bone in it, as far as we're aware.
Correct.
Right.
So he can't experiment. That was my idea, is just let him experiment on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you didn't find one.
Dang it. I was hoping that I could write Calabibi's name on my hat, but no, Calabibi has to be the one to write it. So, Calabibi or Montgomery's ship is essentially our choices at the moment, and when you break it down like that,
It's Caleb.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's still gonna. He said it was still gonna take him a couple days to get here, right?
yeah. Unless you want to grapple, unless we want to grapple hook on and try to brute force it right now.
I'd say we
Wait.
tell him to come here, and then while we're waiting, we do some recon missions or try to. Unless you got
Okay.
a better idea of how to spend the 2 days.
No other choice. Can you come to our location? We might also have someone who can save your crew, if not your ship.
We will leave with the next tide. Be warned, Montagna has been shadowing me.
Oh,
That's not the crazy one, right?
nope, that's the admiral.
Mm-mm.
What?
Corbus is the admiral. Montagna is the very flashy Aarakocra who has a flying ship.
Oh, I forgot there was an Aarakocra. I just assumed it was the last one, and it's like completely forgot there's one more.
Okay. We could also, prepare for combat.
Doro just kind of heaves a sigh. I'll start working on putting more of the ship back together.
More of what?
The ship back together, we're still full of holes.
Yeah.
2 days. Chorus and I, we can probably get her back up just enough.
Mr. RGB, can you fix the holes in our ship? Like you did our crow's necks?
Do you have spare lumber? I can mend. I cannot create from nothing.
Oh, we weren't going to create from nothing, were we?
I mean, it would have been nice if we could.
Yes. I can only do so much at a time. I suppose if we have 2 days to spare, I should be able to.
Dev will repair the ship over time anyway, won't they?
Who's Dev?
Dev.
There's a little knot in the wood that just comes rolling up, and she pops up. Yes. Oh goodness.
We just want to introduce you to a guest, so you don't think anything's amiss.
Hello.
This is Professor RGB. Apparently it's some big shot with some idiots in the past.
She gives a little bow. Nice to meet you, sir. And nice to meet you as well, little one. I was not aware of the fact that I was on a living wood ship. Is this a new
Living wood
development?
transitioning ship.
I see.
Can I cast lay on hands on the ship?
For the ship, I would imagine.
I could try that. What happens if I just pump five points of lay of hands into the ship?
We can just do a long rest afterwards, just in case.
So you rest your hand near Dev on the wood of the wall. I'm blanking on the name of
Hole.
Hull. There we go. And express some healing energy, and you see a shiver kind of run up Dev's spine. Oh, that was odd. What just happened?
You're a living being, so I'm trying to heal your wounds.
There's a shot of morphine.
I never thought of it that. One moment, please. And she ducks down, and you see the knot go flying off in the other direction. And a couple moments pass, and she comes back on the other side. Holy cow, that worked!
I'm a shipwright.
Damn.
Merc and Doro just kind of toss their wood on the ground.
Ship veterinarian.
Ship veterinarian. That's probably right.
Yeah.
I just imagine like a little, like the sprout we talked about, like you told us before. I just imagine a sprout coming out of the wall, just running off. It's like, I think it'll work. Hold on.
I guess you don't need us any more?
I'm not going to be around all the time. We definitely need you. And I can't do modifications. I can only repair for you.
I don't think he's completely taken over the ship, has he? I thought it would take big years.
Oh, yeah, no. I can access all of the ship. I can get everywhere I need to go, but I don't have full control of it yet. Eventually, it'll get so that you won't even need to use the helm. You can just tell me where to go, but I'm not there yet.
I'm gonna make sure you like sprout legs and arms and help us fight in the final battle.
Oh, I'm not good at. I don't think I can. I'm the ship, so I can't. This is about as far as I can go. And she like kind of stands up straighter, so that she basically looks like a little person from like the knees up, and then from the knees down, she just sort of melts into the wood around her.
All right, next upgrades we need to discuss. I'm gathering everybody around. It's like next upgrades. We need to get arms and legs, so that we can have her walk around and help us in battle.
Wouldn't it be helpful if I could just maneuver the ship and make sure we don't sink?
Let's let her mature before we start doing body modifications.
Well, she needs to learn how to defend herself. What better way than with arms and legs?
She's a child. We'll defend her.
I'm also a ship.
I just want. Why can't you guys just let me have a ship fist fight?
I am just picturing like level 20 Dev is like the whole ship just gets up out of the ocean and it has like a 6-pack and like ripped biceps and stuff.
It's like, now it's time for my combat. Ship to ship punching.
Okay. During these 2 days, I am going to effectively take a short rest and swim down and teleport just a few times over, see if there's any opening anywhere. I might after another underwater bid, I'm going to see if I can teleport onto the rock itself.
Okay.
When I do that, I'm going to bring Leo with me.
Gotcha. Your underwater ventures unfortunately bear no fruit. This seems to be a pretty I was gonna say watertight. That doesn't sound right. This is a very well sealed off island. I will say with the number of times you go under to check, you do notice it's not scrawled across the entirety of the bottom of the island, but here and there you see little pockets of carved out runes. And it looks like the same runes you saw on the Dragon Bone, the same runes you saw plastered all over the walls of Hellwater's submarine.
If I had known, I was under the impression there was a bone in the submarine. If I had known there was no bone, I would have taken the submarine. It's annoying. Rash decisions.
Maybe it was hidden.
Hmm.
So, if it makes you feel better, maybe we just didn't see it.
During these couple days, also, I remember I have this book you gave me,
Mhm.
and it says 1 out of 3 Bardic Implement Boost. Should I bump that to 2 because I'm reading?
Yeah.
All right. At the start of the second day, I'm gonna try to land on the island.
Okay.
Can we get within 300 feet of the island?
Yes. That does bring the ship within range of the rain, but best you can tell, it is just rain. So it's a little annoying, but not dangerous.
Good news, guys. Not acid rain.
Did you say we climbed up the rocks?
I'm going to teleport us there.
Okay.
You and me, most likely. I feel like we have the best escape options.
Yeah.
So you're trying to dimension door, like, to the other side of the rocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
on
like on top.
top of the rocks, yeah.
I'd say on top.
Okay. You do so, and immediately as you step through the other side of this arcane doorway, I need both of you to make dex saves.
Oh, let me do the long rest because this is day 2. This is like...
Yeah,
the next
this would be day 2.
Let me just do that real quick. All right. Dex save. Hey!
Very
Pretty
nice.
good.
So the reason you needed to do that was you come to the top of the rocks and you realize these are sharp, craggy rocks. There is not a flat surface to stand on. You immediately have to, you catch yourselves in basically Spider-Man hang. Just being pelted with freezing cold rain. It's incredibly unpleasant. The stone...
It's like perfectly Spider-Man hanging with like a rock like an inch from a crotch, you know?
The stone is super slippery. You can just manage to see over and like onto the actual island proper. Barely. It is foggy and rainy. You can make out that there is land and there is a building. And that is all that you can really see.
I'm going to magic stone. I'm going to cast light cantrip on a magic stone and just chuck it.
As soon as it leaves your hand, it goes out.
That's not good.
But, So, the light goes out. I assume I can still see the light, the stone for a few minutes. Does it look like the momentum kept, or did the momentum, like, start and then peel off, or did it just immediately turn into a normal throw?
It immediately turned into a normal throw.
Okay.
And I cast Eldritch Blast just into the air, basically like toward the ground, but like toward the island.
It needs to be aimed at a creature.
I can't even just shoot it.
Rules is written technically, no?
Is that how like all spells are, I guess?
Yeah.
Spell say towards a creature, generally.
That's kind of lame.
Magic be like that.
Sorry. Also, the Eldritch Blast doesn't let off that much light.
It's more just like I want to see if there's any sort of like walls, like physical magical walls.
Like a reaction. Does the Eldritch Blast allow as soon as it leaves his hand, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like how far does it go?
Can you make a perception check at disadvantage?
Me?
Mm-hmm. So, I'm gonna say that you. Actually, Shion, can you make one as well? Sorry, I should have said this before you did your little catapult light.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Does the fact to have dark vision matter?
This is more to do with the rain and the fog. Once again, you see those runes. They're on the rocks. And if you squint and look very intently down into the island, it looks like some of the rain forms those runes before falling.
It's the magic storm.
All right. The spell magic. I'm kidding. I don't have the spell magic.
Dispel rain.
Is there an anti-rain dance?
Yell at sky. Level 3.
I mean, control weather exists, but
Yeah, I was trying to think. It's like there's control weather, right? I didn't just make that up.
control weather is a
Is
spell.
that high level wise?
Mm-hmm. Also, you have enough arcane sense to realize no amount of control weather would do anything to this. This is pure magic.
Okay.
It also feels a lot like the kind of magic you would sense getting off of, emanating off of Viva.
Okay, let's leave before we catch the crazy. All right. We just have to make sure we do this right. Embrace me, Leo.
Hug for the homie.
Open the dimension door beneath us so that we just fall into it.
Very nice. You make it back to the ship with little issue. Hands are kind of scuffed up and raw, but
Balls.
pause. Otherwise, okay. Anything else you would like to do?
Pray.
I was going to say not die, so I was very close to that.
Do you mean that literally?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
But which god, though? That's the important question.
Or is it
Something
to a
above
god?
gods.
Yeah.
Praying to a primordial.
Can you make a religion check, but you can use charisma? I don't know if you're trained in religion, otherwise just make a charisma check.
Say that again?
Make a religion check, but you can use charisma.
Charisma. Okay. Could Book of Ancient Secrets this, but I'm not going to because I would need a short rest first.
I need a nap before I look at the book that tells me literally everything.
What are you thinking, saying, feeling?
Essentially, it's as much a meditation on is this the path? Is this the best path to protect the most lives? Is this the best direction forward for upholding the tenets?
You get a resounding and unwavering yes.
The ultimate advantage of Paladin is the certainty.
I get my certainty from elf weed.
Speaking of which, Leo. Can you...
Elfweed.
Da, 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 da. It just cuts to me in like the in like
Trying
a
to
cloud
get
of
Caesar.
smoke.
Trying to get Caesar to smoke.
And Hayato is like origamiing into like hoops and rings for you to blow smoke through. Can you make, and this is going to sound silly, but there's a reason for it. Can you make a performance check?
Sure.
All right. And Caesar, can you please make me an athletics check? All right. So,
Copy you.
all of you do your various rituals, practices, preparations. There is an air of nervousness, but certainty on the ship. Everyone knows this is what needs to be happening. This is what needs to be done. Everyone's all in to get Calabibi back, especially Cern, who seems a lot more... she's always quiet and reserved. She looks much more determined than she has in the past. The day passes, and everyone nervously takes their watches, goes to sleep. You wake up in the morning to Pike, who usually has the morning watch, calling out a warning that there are 2 ships on the horizon. One is on the water, the other's in the air. Everyone please add a inspiration to your character sheet. And we're going to end there for the night, because next week, the Grinning Ray... Well, maybe use it next time. Next week, the Grinning Ray will come into shouting distance, followed closely by an already firing Wine Dragoon. And we're ending early, but I do not have that fight prepared. All right, but yeah, that is it for the evening.
Sounds good.
What the hell is this? Oh, there we go. Hey, what's up?
Trying to go through your virtual camera. I don't know what a virtual camera is.
I haven't the slightest
I have
idea.
no idea.
All right. We're going to hope that this time I don't tab out somewhere and forget to check again, so that 20 minutes of the game doesn't have cameras. Because that was annoying. God, I want a 3rd monitor. This would be so much easier with a 3rd monitor.
Oh, that sound. I can't get it to do anything but that.
Nope, go back the way we were. Oh God, okay. We're gonna not do that.
Ah! What I want.
Every time I make a roll, I'm just going to do this.
All right. Does anyone
What the
have
hell is the
any?
problem with my camera?
Oh dear.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, go ahead.
You do kind of look like a ghost face in a void, but that's just lighting.
That's how he always looks.
Is that better?
A little bit, but
Now you look like you're at artsy stage theater sort of thing. You know, with the lighting where everyone wears black and the lighting makes it so that you can really just see their skin.
And the room is like totally black too.
Yeah.
You look like the hacker in a movie where they just finally found out what he looks like, and he's just like, I'm in.
I'm just like, I'm in.
meanwhile, I look like I'm trying to relive my emo days.
I just look like shit.
I look cool.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And I've apparently used up most of the internet today, so.
Okay, well,
What do you mean used it up?
responsible for most of the internet use.
Hmm.
I presume.
I would hope.
Yeah, this is
God dang, used up all the internet today. It's all gone.
Dang it! They took my internet!
Hey, does anyone... I'm gonna need to figure out this hair situation. Does
Don't
any...
have any.
No, I can't do that. I don't have the jaw for it.
Holy cow, do you see this on my webcam?
Yep.
Whoa!
Oh shit, we're losing him. Oh god!
I'm gone, guys. Oh, it's back.
that was
Stay with me, man. We'll get you through this.
looks like a connection issue, like
Yeah.
the port.
I'm gone.
You just kind of like were blurred going to the side for a second.
That was the last image we saw of him
Like you got
before he
smacked or
disappeared.
something.
I don't know what spells I had prepared.
Oh
Fire
yeah, actually.
in time.
Yeah, let me just get them out for you.
Does anyone remember what fists I have right now?
A left and a right.
Dang,
And
I was supposed to have two
arguably you're-
rights.
Arguably, you also have a left foot and a right foot, which kind of count assists for you.
I'm not a monkey.
You are a monk, though.
I'm a monk-y, not a monkey.
You're a type E monk.
How'd it go on?
Pretty good.
We died, but we got better.
Maybe you should change it like a little bit like this, and he changes it, and it's the same thing. And I'm like, I don't have the heart to tell him I don't like him anymore.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Talking about egg
I'm
rolls.
sick of your casserole, bro. Tired of that shit.
It's like kaboom. All right, roll a D1000. You're dead.
Just fire one Eldritch Blast, accidentally hit the fly crystal, and then just like, well, that worked.
Like, damn, how'd you get 5 nat 20s in a row?
Next week, we
Those are
will-
the ships that we don't want to deal with, right? That's
Well,
that's,
the one being shot at is the one that was coming to help, and then
The
Oh, I
flying
thought they were
ones,
both coming to kill us.
Mm-mm. Nope.
The sailing one is Montgomery.
so if
Cool.
I have this right, Mermaid is the Zora champion, the Montgomery is the Goron champion, then we have the Aarakocra as the Rito champion, and the leader of them all is the
Caesar.
Gerudo champion.
Assuming that's a reference.
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild.
Got him. Got that one. Got it.
Whew.
I'm not a Nintendo guy, okay?
That's
Why?
fine. I wasn't a Nintendo person until I moved here, and then I was kind of forced into being a Nintendo person because I'm surrounded by Nintendo people.
Edward's literally wearing a Legend of Zelda shirt right now too. That's
And
the
belt
funny,
buckle.
funniest
That-
part.
That
Yeah, and the belt
describes,
buckle.
like every day though, doesn't it?
Zelda is good for the most part.
That was fun.
Yay! So next week, video
Mm.
games. That gives me time to prep what might be the most complicated battle I've designed so far.
Yeah, sounds like it.
We never fixed the Kabultapult unless the Healing Surge fixed it.
The healing surge didn't. The 2 days the carpenters had to work on it did.
Yeah, I meant to throw in a line about that. It's like I can't fix artillery like this.
But
Nothing.
if it's attached to the ship,
So what healing magic can do on a living wood ship is heal the hull's HP. It cannot make fancy repairs. It cannot create anything. Literally, you can mend the hull. That's what it does.
I am casting mending with a resource.
Basically,
we
yeah.
need Edward Alphonse. He'll fix the ship up, make it look real good. It'll look gaudy as shit, but it'll fire better than anything.
want to go sit in bed and play stupid mobile games. So, peace out.
Right.